This time around 4 years ago, I was very sick and I had some blood tests, and the doctor sat me down and told me I had an incurable condition but called systemic mastocytosis, which is a very rare mast cell disease. And the consequence of that was my body was allergic to a lot of things, chemicals, foods, even stress would set it off. So I very quickly got sicker because I was looking at websites about it, and I was on group forums and everyone was talking about how bad they were, and I got sick because I was in that mindset and I was in victim mode. So I found out about how to change your mindset through other things, and I got to the point where I could eat just enough food to keep me going, and I made my house safe for me, and chemicals were banned and everyone had to not wear perfume, and I got to the point where I could be around them for a little bit, but I had to really watch where I was and what I was doing. So I applied for a scholarship and I was lucky enough to get one, and I turned up to the event not really expecting it to be so hard for me. There was 900 people wearing perfumes and shampoos, and there were so many scents, and I got very sick in the first 3 days. I had such an intense headache, I couldn't do the meditations, I couldn't concentrate in the lectures, and I was about ready to give up by day 3. And then this lady got on the stage and she had a mask on previously, and she had a healing. She took the mask off and she's not put it back on since. And in that moment, I decided that I could do it. So I changed my attitude and I stayed positive. And she said, you have to go into your heart when you're feeling fear, just go into your heart. So I did that. And I got through the day and nothing really changed with the headaches. Until the next day we had the second walk and meditation. And I decided to really go for it because we were outside, we were in the fresh air. I thought, great, I can really go for it and I won't get a headache, so I did. And I left that meditation feeling so whole and so much love and happiness. And then we went for another lecture, and I was sitting there and I was listening to Dr. Joe, and it took me a while to realise that I didn't actually have a headache. And I kept looking for it, and it wasn't there. And then I realised that I could see better, I could concentrate more, and it was just amazing, such a relief. And then I thought, oh, maybe it's just because I'm so high after meditation, so happy. And the next day, nothing. The day after that, nothing. And here I am, 4 days on, and I have no headache. And I know I have a more of a way to go. I've got to keep going, and this is the thing I really want to say to people, because people go home and go back into their lives and not do the work. And I've seen such massive changes this week that I cannot go home and be the same person. And I know that because I've changed just one thing, that if I continue, then I will heal the other things, the food allergies. And yeah, that's my story. I just really wanted to share it because I know there's a lot of people who are suffering with the same kind of thing as me, and this works.